Let's have a look at the energy waves for July 2022, because it is an absolutely magnificent month we have ahead. My name is Nicholas Haines of the Five Institute. You don't want to look at my face. Let me share my screen with you. Okay, and we'll look at this particular month. July 2022, the energy waves. Remember, we're in a water tiger year. It's a year to heal, be rewarded, and leave your mark. I've got a video all about that, which I will link above or below this video. Now, if you're not familiar with my work around the Chinese zodiac, I've got this short 4-minute video for you. Got that as well as the water tiger video. Again, I'll link it above or below this video. There's also a URL. You can go to it there. Let's talk about this month. Let's talk about July. There are 3 main themes for July. The first one is coming home. The second one is expression, expansion, and support. And the third one is elevation, flow, and heroic actions. Let's look at the first one, this coming home. Now, in July, one of the things we'll be asked to explore is, what do we want from our home? It will be about us saying, this is what matters to me. It's almost like a bit of a nesting sort of thing. I'm saying, actually, you know what? I want my home to be like this. And us going back to that and recognizing what it is that we value. In fact, throughout the whole of 2020 and the whole of 2021 was about us recognizing what it is that matters to us and what it is that we value. And this month, to a certain extent, is coming home to that and saying, yes, this is what matters to me. It's also, this month is also about us coming home to who we are, our value, our contribution, what's special about us. It's about learning to perhaps to love ourselves, to come home to who we truly are. And then you can also take that outwards and say, who are we as a group, or who are we as society? So this month is also about coming home to your tribe, coming home to the people that you belong to, which may or may not be your family. It could be your tribe. Now, one of the things that we have been shown in July, and you know what, for the last 2 years, really, one of the things we've been shown is contrast. We've been shown things to say, well, I do or I don't want that. So you will see more contrast appearing in July. And that's really there to help you say, I want this, I don't want this. That's all it is. Although I recognize it can be deeply distressing and upsetting for us as human beings to see that contrast. Okay, so there's coming home. The second theme for this month is expression, expansion, and support. And again, it's this theme that's running right the way through these last couple of years about us deciding what it is that we want the world, how we want the world to be. And July is a real chance for us to step up and say, and express and say, this is how I want the world to be. And again, we're being shown contrast to help us with that. This month has a slight difference to it in that we're actually, as well as expressing it, we're also expanding our thinking as well. Now, when I say express, I also could be, your expression could be quiet meditation and prayer. We've got a lot of shouting in the world and we don't necessarily need more of it, but just be aware there will be lots of expression and lots of expansion moving outwards. We're in a fire energy phase of the year, and by its very nature, fire expands. So you'll see lots of hot language, but it is ultimately here to help us, to help you expand your thinking, to recognize what it is that you love, what's important to you, and perhaps go beyond what you used to see and how you used to see things. And in order to do that, you might need some support. And this is a time when, again, this is this coming home where we can get support from ourselves, or coming home and loving ourselves and getting inner support from ourselves to do whatever it is that we're here to do in the world. And it could be internal or external support, but this is a month where we'll see that showing up. And again, it could be the contrast. It could be you thinking, hang about it, I don't have the support I would need. Or perhaps you're recognizing that you don't perhaps support yourself as much as you could. And if you've got any one of those issues around there, we have support for you. We've got running every single month. We've got a 5-day mindset makeover. Just go to fiveinstitute.com events. You'll find around our mindset makeover. It's really low cost. But if you're struggling and you think you need some support, then you know what? Let you in for free. Just email us, etc. So if you want support and you want to help with recognizing your ability to rise up and do these things, we've got that there for you. This is a time, like I say, for us to stick together, but it's ultimately for you to express internally and externally how you want the world to be, and to expand that bigger and expand yourself bigger than you had ever imagined. And you may or may not need some support around that. And that support could be internal or external. Okay, let's look at the third theme for this particular month, and that's around elevation, flow, and heroic actions. Can you get a bit of a sense of what's going on this month around this expression, expansion, support, elevation, flow, heroic actions, you coming home? It's a big month with lots of stuff going on. So in a way, this whole theme we've been running through is saying, can we as human beings, can we as a society, can we as an individual person rise up to meet the highest version of ourselves? And are we sometimes being shown some contrasts where we see ourselves sinking down? And this isn't a value-based thing. It's just recognizing we can go up or we can go down. But one of the things I really want you to remember and share and be aware of, we are in a water tiger year. This year only occurs once every 60 years. Water, out of the 5 elements, the 5 energies, is the most powerful energy. Think about water. It's absolutely unstoppable as a force. It is irresistible. It can go over things, through things, around things. It has this flow, this adaptability. So you have the most powerful of the 5 energies this year. Is also combining with the most powerful of the 12 animals. Like I say, only happens once every 60 years. So this is a time for you to really step into that power, to elevate up. And you have the most powerful element, the most powerful animal to help you elevate, to rise up. And remember, the tiger is a really sovereign creature. So for you to claim your sovereign right and your power. Okay, I've got 3 action steps for you to make the most of this month. And you know what? Make the most of the rest of this year going forward. The first one is be open to change and see colors. Now, we have a trap at the moment, something that we need to be aware of. And that is, we are currently in a block of 12 years dominated by metal energy. It started with 2 metal energy years in 2020 and 2021. It will end with 2 metal energy years. So out of these 12 years, 4 are metal energy. Now, what does that mean? Well, one of the things metal energy is about simplicity. And one of the things that simplicity can lead to is black and white thinking. So that is a danger, that we have very black and white. This is good, this is bad. That's a danger we have at the moment. Whereas we know that's not the case, but we're being driven towards that. We know that the world is actually a colorful place with many colors and shades and whatever. And it is for us at the moment to see the world in many colors. We're at an incredible time of change. And if we think about that change as this is good and this is bad, we are doomed. We need to see the multiple colors of change and possibility and not fall into this trap of black and white thinking, of putting each other into boxes. It's why Runa and myself, we wrote the book, The Story of Boxes, the good, the bad, and the ugly, and say, you're like this, men are like this, women are like this politician, etc. We can become incredibly polarized. That's a danger, that's a trap. So if you're struggling with that or you're curious about it, there is the book, The Story of Boxes. We have the No More Boxes movement. And in essence, you need, when someone says, well, they're like this, you might go, well, some are, but not all. Some, not all. We're not black and white. So that's the danger of this time, black and white thinking. There is also the danger with the metal energy of wanting perfection. However, we are not in a time of perfection. We are a time of change and formation. And as things form and as they grow, they're not perfect. So like a baby, when it's born, it first arrives, it's not perfect. It's kind of probably a bit smelly. So just be aware as things arrive and we see this change, see it in its state of formation, its colors. It's not black or white or good or bad. It's just arriving. So again, be open to change, see the many, many colors. And that may involve you being heroic in your world and standing up against black and white thinking, to stand up against things, to be the hero. So I think this picture is really interesting. Who is the hero? Is the lion heroic or is the baby heroic? Well, perhaps they both are, because they can coexist together. So be aware that we need to be heroic at this particular stage. And being heroic does not mean being out there and the savior in the world, unless that's what you've chosen to do. You being heroic could just be your ability to be with someone, or to hold them, or to hold that space, or to be quiet, or to listen thing. And there are many, many ways to be heroic. But what we do have in our heroic sense is we have the most powerful energy, water energy, the ability to adapt and flow. We have the most powerful animal out of the 12, once every 60 years, to be sovereign, to be regal, to see things from above, to see that big picture, to see our brilliance. And if you are struggling to recognize your brilliance, it maybe you're like a butterfly. You cannot see your brilliance. You cannot see your wings. You just look down and think you're a little bit brown and hairy, or whatever it might be. So if you're struggling to see how you could be a hero, or struggling to see your brilliance, or struggling in any way, we've got the vitality test for you. It will tell you the balance of the 5 energies you have within you, and where your brilliance is, and where you could be a hero in your world. And again, that's there for you free, completely, if you need it. The third action step we have for you is for you to find your home, support, and the rhythm you have in life. So finding your home could be you coming home to who you are. It could be that, for you supporting yourself. Or it could be you finding your community. But whatever it is, this is your time to blossom, is your time to blossom. And the important thing to remember as we find our home and our support, and as we'll talk about our rhythm, there are many ways that we can find our home and our support. We have This Vital Life, our monthly membership, but that is brilliant for the people that are members of it, but you need to find what it is, it's your home. And remember, it's about what suits you. So find your tribe, find your community, but recognize there are many other versions of being home, to be open, and look for that support. It's important. And in terms of the rhythm, we are in a water energy year, and water is the most powerful of the energies. It's the energy that, water is the only energy that leaves its mark on the earth. Think about the Grand Canyons, the valleys that are carved out by glaciers. It's all done by water, but it didn't happen overnight. It happened as a result of constant action, as a result of constant rhythm. So find that rhythm to leave your mark on the earth. And that rhythm also involves you resting, looking after yourself, valuing yourself. Metal energy can give us a sense there isn't enough time. There is time, but you do need to look after yourself. Find your home, find your support, and find your rhythm. And that will give you a magnificent month, a magnificent year ahead. And it will fundamentally allow you to leave your legacy, and for you to leave the world as you want to see it. And that's what this phase is about, us deciding how we want the world to be. So here are your action steps for July. If you found this helpful, please share it with other people. We need to be open to change, to see colors. We need to find those heroes in the world. And you need to find your home, your support, and your rhythm, wherever that may be. We're all individuals. Thank you so much for watching. My name is Nicholas Haines from the 5 Institute. Take care. God bless. Bye for now.